So, day has finally come. We are in the white Bentley. We are going to Luis's house. It is filled up with parts right now. I have the 2 rear air shocks. I have air filters, oil filters, I think fuel filters. I want to say valve cover gasket, but I know that's not what it is. Inlet manifold gasket, I think. Spark plugs. And I'm on the way to Walmart right now to buy oil because it's really cheap there. I'm just going to put Mobil 1, 5W40. I saw conflicting stuff online of whether I should use 040 or 530. Both are junk. Don't put that in your core. We're going to put 540 in. I think that should be good. I think I have to get 3 of the big bottles of oil. It's like 12.5 quarts or 12.5 liters. It said both. I don't really know how the weird measurements work with liters and shit. I wish it would just be in gallons. It'd be a lot easier for me to understand. But so we're on the way to Walmart right now. That is the first stop. Then we're going to Luis's house, and we're gonna dig into this thing. All right, so I'm gonna show Luis because this is something that I kind of discovered today. Watch how you, yeah.
You gotta press this 5 times.
No. You just press it once, man.
Oh, there's no way I guessed it. You just tap it?
Yeah, you literally just tap it and it opens.
Oh.
That's pretty sick, right?
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool.
By the way, I got Castrol. They did not have Mobil 1 5W40. Dude, it's Walmart. They never do. They never have Mobil 1 5W40.
Yeah, they do, but
ever.
it's at like the top shelf.
I looked where all the Mobil 1 was, couldn't find it. So Castrol.
I don't know, that's where I get mine.
Castrol, did you go to the one in KOP?
Huh?
Or do you go to one out here?
I go to the one in Exton or the one over by my work.
Well, so maybe it's because I went to the one in KOP.
Yeah.
Everybody actually, yeah, but I mean, the Castrol's fine, I think.
Yeah, any oil is good oil for this car. This thing probably hasn't had its oil change in like 5 years.
Yeah, who the fuck knows
for
how
all we
long.
know.
Alright, so we took inventory of everything I brought. We have oil change, obviously, including the filter. I guess we're going to go off of what's in the trunk. So,
air filters, fuel filter, oil filter, rear brake pads, where to the front, 12 spark plugs, wiper blades. We got a intake manifold gasket.
I thought it was an inlet manifold gasket, but maybe it's intake. I don't know.
So, got that, OEM. And
what are these clips?
Yeah, so we'll see it when we're there, but there's some that we have to basically break off a hose. I believe 2 hoses.
Oh,
so
wait, where's the modules?
Oh yeah, those little guys.
All right, so we found the module. We have 2. These are EGT sensor modules. So, what was the deal with the ones in the car now? Like the
they're like $200 for a replacement. Difficult to reach the sensor itself, and pretty much everyone on the internet says that these are all you need, and you do not need to replace the entire thing. There's also the risk of the sensor itself breaking when you remove it. Since they're in the header, they get heat cycled 1,000,001 times, and apparently these are the fix. These are from a company in Poland. It seems that the Audi RS6 from Europe uses these exact same ones as this car, and whenever you have an EGT sensor code, the cheapest and best way to fix it is just with one of these little boards. So 2 per car, we got 2. They're like $40 or so. Right now, that the company said they weren't shipping to the US, and they're the only source for them. So I actually had to pull a favor and get them shipped to Canada to a friend, and then have them shipped to us from there. So
found the
journey
modules
to get from Poland to us, but we got these guys. All you have to do is take apart the EGT module and solder the boards in and drop them.
And then the big thing, the bags. So the air shocks in the rear are, I guess, leaking or bad in this car. So I got 2. These are like 80,000 mile used ones. They're tested, used, and that they're good and they work. Then we also, what is that? A control arm?
It's a sway bar end link.
Sway bar end link. Okay.
Yeah, for the one side, the bushing is shot. Like, you'll see it later, but this entire thing is all crooked. One of the bushings is bad. These, if we need them, they go on the bag. They fit most European cars with bags for the line connection. I just have these from working on Mercedes air suspension, but they should. They're right it could work water bag hookup in here. Unless it uses some sort of quick connect one. I'm not sure. But we'll get there when we get there. We'll see what we need.
That one's bent too?
Yeah, now that could be from driving on the car with the fucking...
With it aired out?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to recap. So apparently the bags might be good, but...
I don't know yet. But this arm here is bent and it shouldn't look like that. That connects the level sensor. And on the other side, it is bent entirely out of the way where it disconnected itself from the little link. You can see it here. This is entirely bent. And on this ball end, this is supposed to be connected. And it's not. So in Mercedes cars that I've worked on that have air suspension, when one of those isn't reading properly, you can even add air with a scanner to the bags. You can't control anything. In this case, the car could have maybe thought that we're getting a code maybe because we can't adjust to what it needs, or it's completely out of range per the sensor. And at times it might think it's level. Who knows? So the first step is going to be removing those little things. We're going to see if we can just reference something online and find what they should be, how they should look. We'll bend them in place, make sure that the sensors work. We'll play around with the scanner and see what we find before we go ahead and rip these out. Alright, we're gonna have to heat this up a little bit.
So this is, I guess, like, is part of the level sensor?
Yeah, it's the bottom base or bracket that goes to the control arm. And they are bent.
He's gonna try and bend it back into the correct shape, hopefully. The part's only like $100. The only issue is we don't have it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're gonna see if we can make this one work instead of having to wait another week, potentially longer, for a new one to come. Looks like it's moving.
But we also gotta like kind of twist it. I don't know if I have a good grip to do that.
All right, so we put the level sensor back in. It was bent enough to where it would work.
One was disconnected, the other one was just bent as fuck. We kind of got them back to where the little link sits at, or connects at 90 degrees in relation to the control arm. They're still not the prettiest looking. The one piece, the little bottom plate's like missing a little corner of it. Nonetheless, though, it works, and the level sensors work. Second I put them in, put the car back down, I opened the door, closed it. Car went right up. No air suspension messages on a test drive. So now I'm going to go ahead and put our fender liner covers back in.
And the car drove really good. I mean, I guess, and obviously it's jacked up on one side, so it's not the realistic ride height, but I was pretty surprised. I mean, I like hated this car just because of how bouncy and uncomfortable it was, but it rode like a cloud, honestly. It reminded me of just driving an old S-Class,
Yeah.
which is kind of what I wanted to replace this with, considering it fucking sucked to drive. But no, I'm happy with it so far. So we're going to put everything back together on the rear suspension, and then we're going to start on the rest of the parts. The rest of the parts that we have. So we're doing air filters, there's 2 of them, oil filter, oil change, fuel filter. We checked the pads that are on the rear. So we did the front pads like a couple weeks ago, because there was a light on the dash for them, and we weren't sure which pads were bad and which were good. So I just ordered all four. I'm like, well, you know, if the front pads are bad, the rears are probably on their way out. But Luis checked, and they're like Ferrotos with like a lot of life left in them.
Yeah, they're pretty much brand new.
So I'm just gonna leave these for now, and maybe they'll go in the black Bentley if the pads are bad on those. We have spark plugs and the wiper blades, because the wiper blades on this car are really, really bad. So yeah, I guess these bags are gonna live in my garage until...
I'm down in the basement.
Yeah, maybe in the basement. Until I need them.
If there's 2 Bentleys around, then...
We may as well, we may as well have them.
We know how air suspension is on all European cars.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised after God only knows how many miles of riding around
We
these.
don't know. We'll see. You know, when the car sits overnight, does it sag anyways because it has an air leak somewhere?
I wouldn't give a fuck.
I don't care either. Mine does that shit for the past year.
So like, I mean, as long as it like drives all right, then.
As long as it only takes 2 seconds, or before you even turn the car on, and the second you open the door and got in, it's back at ride height. Your compressor works fine. Fuck it.
I just don't want it to be bumpy, honestly. I mean, that's my only concern. Bought the car because I think it's gonna be comfortable, and because of the engine, and it honestly looks pretty good. I know all jacked up is not the best look for it, but it's a good looking car. I just wanted it to be comfortable. So I think we accomplished that, and I might have, you know, wasted $300 or $400 on new air suspension.
But the parts are still here.
Yeah, I mean, they might end up getting used at some point. And then also we do have the sway bar end link, I think.
The knocking sound in the front, and when you see that end link, you'll see why.
Aren't the bushings like gone?
The one bushing, I think, is just fucked up.
Yeah, so that's the only other issue with the suspension on this car that's making it kind of not drive great. But even if I didn't address that, and I guess the alignment sucks, but even if I didn't address that and just drove it like this, it would be fine. I wouldn't really have that much room to complain about like the slight knocking. So we're gonna get all that shit sorted out, and then I'm gonna spin the car around and we can start on the engine. Alright, so we're all turned around. We're gonna start by doing the sway bar end link. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
That's like the only thing preventing this thing from riding good. So, is that gonna be an easy one or a hard one, do you think?
I don't know yet. Let's see. Shouldn't be too difficult. But if you look, there's that bushing, it's just gone. So I take it out.
Alright, so we started tearing down everything in the engine bay. We have some of the covers off, we have the air boxes out.
Yeah, so some things like these little clamps on these hoses back here are gonna be a one-time use thing. So if you're working on anything like this, be prepared to have something to replace them with. In our case, we got these like fuel line clamps. Obviously, these aren't fuel lines, but these types of clamps will work as a replacement for what we got going on here.
Just 2 on each side.
Yeah. So I get it off without damaging the rubber and just kind of breaking this clamp out. And we're working on removing both of these guys here to continue getting access to the rest of the cylinders to do the spark plugs. So,
There's a lot going on in this engine bay.
yeah, definitely a lot. Yeah, so I'm almost prepped enough to be able to pull this out. So here's that EGT sensor. It goes in down there, it comes around, that's braided line, and that module sits somewhere down here, I guess right below the throttle body on this side, and on the other side it's right over here. So these are the ones we're going to open up and change out the circuit boards. So right now just working on removing these guys out of the way, and it's basically just a couple, make sure everything is disconnected from below the throttle body, up in the front, everything that attaches to it, and we should just be able to lift it off. So working on that. We'll see when it's off.
All right, so I took one of the air filters out. I'm working on this while Louise is doing something.
Yeah.
So I took that airbox apart. There's only like 3 screws holding it together. 3 out of like 8 screws holding that together. You're saying there's oil everywhere. What's going on in here, man?
And there's oil over the gasket.
Well, I mean, this is the
inside
gasket
sensor.
that's getting replaced, so I can get that out of the trunk for you.
I don't need it right now.
Okay, but
yeah, there's oil on the throttle body sensor, so we're getting a lot of oil through the intake system. So I don't know what setup this this engine does for how it like reroutes the oil through the PCV and back into the intake. I'm sure it's got something to do with this mess here, but man, it's all going back in the engine. Now, who knows how many times this has even been cleaned. This car's really high miles. All this emissions bull crap of sending shit back to the engine and to the intake track is awful, and on all turbo cars you see this. You get oil everywhere. So it's going to be something for us to look into and see, you know, what components here should
let's
be
delete all the
serviced.
emission shit.
Yeah, we probably can't tune-wise. Like, the car won't run right.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if getting a LabWorks tune is really the solution to this car spitting oil everywhere. But so yeah, I'm working on these filters. I mean, you can see, I don't know if this was ever changed. This is like really, really bad. It's a Volkswagen part. Like, it has the Volkswagen logo on here. But this is like bad, man. I mean, it's fucking degrading and pieces of filter like in the airbox. So a whole bunch of nonsense rattling around in here. So I'm working on that. These are the 3 screws out of like 8. I'll show you on the other side because it's more or less complete. All right, I mean, you can see where all the screw holes are. I mean, there should be a lot of screws in here holding this thing together, and there's just not. So I don't think that that's really an issue, but it just, who knows whether it's some idiot working on the car or shit stripping out or a combination of the two. And I say that, you know, like, I'm an idiot who doesn't know how to work on shit, and I'm doing this, but at least I'm trying, so everybody in the comments can't complain, oh, you don't do anything, you just film Luis do shit on the cars. I did the windshield wipers, doing the filters, trying to do some stuff here. All right, so I didn't even see the date on here because it's so dirty, but I was able to see the date on the second one. 08, 06, 05, 08. So you were saying the first owner changed them.
Yeah.
Then he got rid of it, and nobody else ever changed. Nobody else ever thought to change them. That filter is also degrading, not as much as the other one, but there's a considerable amount more dust and dirt inside of here. Bro, look at this shit. This is bad. Somebody was mudding.
Oh.
So I'm gonna maybe use like a shop towel and get the dust and dirt out of there, and then put the new filter in. There's only 3 screws holding this one in as well. 3 completely different screws though. Wasn't utilizing any of the same holes that the other one was using. So I am going to wipe that out and I guess put in the new filter. So it seems like every other spark plug is coated in oil.
Yeah. On this side, I'll kind of have oil on this left side of the engine.
But on the other side, not.
Like every other.
Yeah, so I got all the filters in. I did crack the housing on this one a little bit because I was just being an ape and over tightening it. But it's fine. I mean, I can't imagine it's any worse than having like the 06 or the 08 filters filled with dirt degrading, so I'm not too concerned. New filters in it. Spark plugs are coming along. I'll get that. Where are you hiding? So this is like that gasket. It's just a metal gasket. Alright, so we're working with these EGT sensors. Luis is getting like the silicone off this. Silicone. Because we're going to put the new boards in that we got from Poland. But this sensor is fucked. Or
Yeah, it looks like
the
someone
wire.
fucked with it already, because the head of it down there looks marred from someone trying to tighten it. So I don't know if this is a replacement, because that one says Bentley, this one says Volkswagen, so I don't know. I think it's not gonna be the fix, because maybe this one's been replaced, and it's just the fact that it's fucked in general from the wire, the lead down there, so it might not work. So it is what it is. If it is messed up, we're probably not ever replacing that. It's way too much work.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not even a way to like replace that without taking the motor out or
Try to see it down there. You could probably get to it from below. It's hard to even see it right there. So you look at it, it wiggles a lot more than it should. So it's not tight, and you can't tighten it with your fingers, so it's at least finger tight. But man, there's no way I can get some tools down in there easily, so we're not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, like the car drove fine. Like,
Yeah,
I know that they have issues and they'll get upset when they have like faulty EGT sensors, but the car drove fine. It was more or less just like the suspension issues, and this is kind of like we're trying to do a tune-up and, you know, make it run as healthy as possible, but that's just kind of too in-depth. I mean,
yeah,
maybe if it was misfiring really bad, right, then we would like maybe think about a solution to it, but we're just gonna pop these boards in, see if it makes a difference. If not, whatever, man. Like, the car drives fine. Maybe we should save the old boards in case the black car needs them, because maybe the old boards work and it's just that fucked up part, and the boards in the black car don't work. Like, I think it's worth saving the old boards, to be honest.
They're entirely different. The other ones are aftermarket. These are like OE one.
Yeah, but we can put the OE ones into the black car if the ones in the black car aren't working.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely possible.
That's just my thought, is it makes sense to kind of save those. We're not even going to put the bags in. Those are just going to live in my garage until one of the Bentleys breaks, and then worry about it. Because the thing is, I got a good deal on the bags, so it doesn't really make sense to return them or try and sell them or anything. Like, I guess I could try and sell them, but then, knowing my luck, a month later I'll need them and won't have them, and I'll have to pay twice as much as I paid. So it just kind of makes sense to keep them. I could just store them in my basement, and it's not a huge issue.
Gonna try to get these circuit boards out.
Alright, so things over here are just getting progressively worse. This whole situation with the board, like, this is like a disaster, and not really... Luis isn't really able to like solder everything and like get this board out without like taking it out of the car, and that's like a huge issue, and kind of what led us to be in the situation in the first place. Why we're having the fault is because I think somebody tried to remove it and just dickered it. So at this point, we're just trying to find the shield that fell somewhere into the engine bay.
I think it's right here.
So
There's nothing visible in this engine.
under trays are off.
Got it.
Let's go, dude, because I was just worried. I'm like knowing my luck, this will literally sit on the headers and then melt and catch on fire and burn down my car. Like, just like knowing my luck, like something really stupid like that would happen. So at this point, we're gonna put that back on, pretend we never did any of this, put the EGT back. The car runs fine. Like, if it's like I don't care, man. It's whatever. Like, the car runs fine. We're gonna do an oil change. Spark plugs are done. We're gonna replace this gasket, so we have it. And I think that's it. Fuel filter, I think we're gonna worry about another day, because it's already midnight. I don't know how in-depth doing the fuel filter is gonna be, but we're both kind of at the point where the car should just go back together. It'll probably drive.
Suspension's fixed, so.
Yeah. So it'll probably drive well enough. Kind of just needs an alignment.
Yeah.
All right. So Luis is cooking up some plastic weld for...
That little cap for the EGT thing.
I was just looking at the oil and it doesn't exactly look great. So I don't know what's in it. I don't know if it's water or coolant or what's going on, but this doesn't look great to me, right? So I'm gonna probably do another oil change in like 2,000 miles and just see how bad it is. But that's...
Yeah.
Luis is saying he's surprised the car runs.
It's just you should look under this, around it. You can't look around the engine. You can't look under the engine. You can barely look in front of the engine. It's fucked.
You have to look at the little hole. But yeah, I mean, like, who knows how this is maintained, if at all? Seems like not really at all.
Yeah. Seems like the wiser answer.
So we're gonna slap it back together and keep driving it. So that's the logical thing to do, I suppose. But no, I mean, it runs pretty decent. Thomas is saying he thinks the black one runs better, but I don't think that's the case. I don't know. Maybe the black one is just in worse condition, but runs better. It certainly has a lot less miles.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember how many miles it has, but it's under 150K.
Yeah.
So I think it's like 70K or something like that. 70, 80,000.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Thomas is saying that it sounded healthier. Like, I was revving the cars and he said it sounded healthier, but maybe just this car sounded horrible because one of the mufflers has like a huge exhaust leak.
A little exhaust leak, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, we'll find out soon enough when Quentin deletes the mufflers.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think so.
Excited to hear this thing.
I am too, man.
People really make these cars loud, so.
There's a couple examples of people doing it on YouTube, but yeah, typically... Yeah, it sounds sick. People don't typically do it, though.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the upcoming exhaust video. Oil's in. EGTs are back together.
Yeah.
New gasket. So, it's time to...
check that all the coil packs are in all the way. So we've got 2 connectors in the front, 2 hoses on each side, an extra hose over here, a fuel rail to connect, and our 4 little hoses back here.
Alright, so I'm on the way back in the Bentley. Luis finished up everything he was doing. The car drives really good. Air suspension is fixed for now. Well, let's just say for now. I still have some of the parts that we just didn't have time to do. I left the modules for the exhaust gas temperature sensors in his house, just because I figured I don't want to lose them and they're really small. But the stuff that I still have in the car is I have the fuel filter, I have brake pads for the rear, which they'll probably end up on the black Bentley, and then I have like some other parts of the black Bentley. And I was trying to like kind of make a list in my head of the stuff that we do need to do still on this car. There's a couple of bulbs that are out, like one of the license plate bulbs is out, and I don't want to get pulled over on some dumb shit, so probably gonna do that. One of like the side marker bulbs is out, so I want to get that taken care of, just make the car nice, right? And then the only other thing is the steering wheel still kind of shakes a little bit. The car needs alignment, but I showed earlier, I don't even remember what it was, like a tie rod or something, but one of the bushings was bad, like pretty bad. So I'm gonna have Luis look that up and see if he can find that for a reasonable price. And then the only other thing that I really have in mind for this car is addressing the fuse box and seeing why the cigarette lighters don't work, like the cigarette jack. Because I want to plug one of the FM transmitters in, but neither of the cigarette lighters work in this car. And I tested the transmitter itself works, because in the black Bentley, one of the cigarette lighters worked and was able to power on and connect with that thing, and one of them didn't. So I'm assuming it's a fuse, maybe. I didn't really want to pull off the panel where the fuse box was, because it's like under the steering wheel, and it's this big leather panel, and I just didn't want to break it, honestly, because it would look really, really ghetto if I broke it. And I'm not exactly like gentle a lot of the time, so I just figured I'd let Luis take a look at it later. But all in all, I'm pretty happy. I mean, the Bentley is super, super drivable. Like, yeah, like there's a little bit of a steering wheel shake at certain steering angles at 80 miles an hour. Not a huge deal, right? The car is drivable. I can start dailying this car, which is good, because we have to start taking my car apart soon, honestly. So more to come on that. If you enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comments. If we screwed up really bad and don't know what we're doing, and you are a Bentley Master Tech, let me know. Obviously, this is Luis' first time working on a Bentley. My first time being around a Bentley, so let me know if we did something wrong, if there's something you would do, and let me know if you liked the video. Thanks for watching.